Ubisoft will not be producing any more physical toys for Starlink Battle, for at least to underwhelming sales. The action-adventure game features an optional toys to life element that lets players expand their game with new ships, pilots, and weapons by purchasing real-life models and scanning them into the digital world. Poor sales, however, mean Ubisoft can no longer justify churning out more physical toys, although the studio will continue to support Starlink with a variety of digital updates, despite the immense and continuous support from our players. The sales for Starlink Battle for at least fell below expectations. Consequently, we recently made the decision to not release any additional physical toys for the spring update, and in the future, reads the post on the Starlink website. As part of our effort to do right by our passionate and dedicated community, we are currently hard at work on our biggest update to the game so far, and are pleased to tell all of you that there will be new digital ships, pilots, and weapons to collect. Ubisoft has also promised to release new free content updates that will include additional missions, challenges, and activities, some of which will be inspired by suggestions from the community. Future Grind, the development cyberpunk grinding game, launched earlier this week on the Nintendo Switch, PS4 and PC. But while it's a challenging arcade experience that rewards skilled players who want to break down its puzzles, it's also an indie game with ground-up accessibility features that stand out from the pack. To discuss the making of Future Grind, game designer Owen Goss dropped by the DD Twitch channel earlier today for a chat about the game's inception, its long development process, and the accessibility features that let more people enjoy it and collaborator metrics spend so much time on. For your convenience, you can now watch the full conversation with Goss in the video above. If you are interested in more game developer insight, do not wait. Rush over to the DD Twitch channel and follow our colleagues now. Gamasutra and DD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa, while Minecraft has since split off into a couple of versions across multiple platforms. Minecraft Java Edition, the original PC version of the game, has now officially crossed 30 million lifetime sales. It's a milestone highlighted by members of the dev team on Twitter, and one that a counter on the start page itself has been slowly ticking up to for some time now, though Minecraft content team manager Mark Dodson notes on Twitter that the counter is only mostly live. Minecraft, of course, got its start close to a decade ago, though the game and its developer Mojang have since been acquired by Microsoft. Despite that ownership, Minecraft is up for selling nearly 20 platforms across desktops, console, and mobile devices. As of October, the game still boasted 90 million monthly players, and had sold over 150 million copies across all those platforms worldwide. The Minecraft Java Edition sales reflect what was once the original Java-based version of Minecraft for PC, Mac, and Linux from its first release until now. The other version of the game, once called Bedrock Edition, but now known as just Minecraft, is the one used by consoles, mobile devices, and Windows 10. According to a short and sweet tweet from Watson, the current full sales count for all those different versions combined is way more. It's happening. Minecraft Java Edition just passed 30,000 sales. https $6K2SITMVPIC Twitter.com YZAKKNDVP iCode Partners Annual rate of the State of Crowdfunding is out. rounding up data on both Kickstarter and fake campaigns into a handful of nifty graphs to illustrate how this year's cash raised, total successful projects, and pledge amounts compare to previous years. The post breaks that data down by platform, then by category, and once more to separate video game and board game performance. So looking at Kickstarter as a whole, the platform saw $607 million in pledges, with $564 million of that being contributed to successful projects, games, including board games, video games, and other game-related projects, were responsible for one-third of the total money raised on Kickstarter, with around $192 million pledged for successful projects. The bulk of that, however, belonged to tabletop games. Video games only raised roughly $15.8 million to tabletops $165. $3 million in 2018. Video games, across both Kickstarter and Fig, had what ICO Partners describes in the full blog as an unimpressive but stable year. According to ICO Partners data, video games have seen very little fluctuation on Kickstarter in the past 3 years. In terms of cash pledged toward successful projects, this year's $15.8 million total was just a little below 2017, as $17.2 million and 2016, as $16.5 million, though that's a slight decrease. The report says that those numbers do not seem to indicate any sort of downward trend. The total number of video game projects on Kickstarter has been in a slow decline since its peak in 2015. During 2018, just over 1,500 projects were proposed on Kickstarter, a 15% decline from 2017, though only 352 reached their funding goal this year. Interestingly enough, while total projects have seen that slight and gradual decrease since 2015, funded projects have remained steady, between 350 and 520 since 2013. A more detailed breakdown of the money raised for those projects can be found in the chart below. For the crowdfunding platform Fig, video game funding saw a significant dip in 2018, something that ICO Partners chalks up to a slow year, especially when compared to the two preceding years where high-profile campaigns boosted the visibility of the platform. Successful Fig campaigns raised $141.044
IN 2018
down from 2017 $5.6 million, while 6 projects out of a total of 13 were funded in 2018. Nearly half of the year's total funding came from one project alone. Soundful Fig notably offers equity crowdfunding in addition to the reward-based crowdfunding favored by Kickstarter, and that equity funding is what led project income in 2018, as illustrated next to the splits from past years in the graph below. Organizers of the 119th Annual Game Developers' Choice Awards, the leading peer-based video game event celebrating the industry's top games and developers, are excited to today announce this year's nominees. Winners in all categories will be honored at the Game Developers' Choice Awards (GDC8) ceremony taking place on Wednesday, March 20th, 2019 at 6:30 p.m. at the San Francisco Moscone Center during the 2019 Game Developers Conference and held in conjunction with the Independent Games Festival Awards. Organizers are also announcing that the Game Developers' Choice Awards will be hosted once again by Tim Schafer, LucasArts industry veteran, and founder of Double Fine Productions, Psychonauts Tour. Both GDC 8 and DIF awards are available to attend for all BD 2019 pass holders, as well as streamed via http Twitch TV other to-be announced streaming platforms. The developer picked GDCA nominations are led by Rockstar Games, Red Dead Redemption 2 with a total of 7 nominations, followed closely by Sony Santa Monica's God of War and Insomniac Games, Marvel Spider-Man with a total of 6 nominations each. Rockstar Games, Red Dead Redemption 2, the sprawling adventure set in a richly detailed open world at the dusk of the Wild West era, received nominations for Best Audio, Best Design, Innovation Award, Best Narrative,